Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Izzuddin Ahmad Fikri Baiqunii. I want to explain about landslides. Landslides are one type of natural disaster that often occurs in Indonesia in addition to earthquakes, floods, droughts, and hurricanes. The National Disaster Management Agency (BNPB), we call BNPB, defines a landslide as a type of soil or rock mass movement, or a mixture of both, which descends or exceeds the slope due to disturbance of the stability of the soil or rock making up the slope. While referring to other source, the definition of landslide is the movement of slope-forming material in the form of rock, debris, soil, or a mixture of this material, which moves down or out of the slope. And landslides process. So, how the process of landslides? Landslides can occur when water that seeps into the soil causes the weight of the soil to increase, then penetrates into the slip plane, causing it to move off the slope. If the driving force on the slope is greater than the resisting force, landslides will occur. The resisting force is generally influenced by the strength of the rock and the density of the soil, while the driving force is influenced by the magnitude of the slope angle weather load and density of soil and rock, as quoted from the DIY BPBD page. Landslides often occur in the rainy season after the dry season, which causes the soil surface to crack and become porous. When the soil is cracked, it is easier for rainwater to seep into the soil, making the water content in the soil saturated. Water that accumulates at the base of the slope triggers lateral movement, making it easier to move down the slope. However, if there are many trees, then the soil is not easy to move landslides. Therefore, it is important to do reforestation in hilly areas, mountains, and around slopes. Tips and characteristic of landslides prone areas. In order to be more alert to the loss of life and property, it is better if we recognize the characteristic of areas that are prone to landslides. In addition, to recognize the vulnerability of this disaster, the types of landslides also need to be known. The following are characteristics of areas prone to landslides. 1. Generally, landslides occur in hilly areas and mountain slope with a slope of 20 degrees. 2. The soil layer at the top of the slope is thick, barren land without trees, so the slopes are open. 3. There are cracks into the ground above the slopes and cliffs. 4. Poor drainage system in slope area. 5. There is spring or a seepage on the cliff, and it is preceded by a small avalanche. 5. There is building at the top of the cliff which causes excessive load. Syukran. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.